What do you mean? When you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean?
Welcome everybody to Off the Cuff. I'm Adam Banks. Happy New Year. It's 2016, the first show of 2016. And it's January, my favorite month, because it's my birthday month. Nellie is with me to welcome in the new year. Nellie, how are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year, Adam.
Happy New Year to you too. And I just want to say that there's a lot that's happened so far in the new year. And it's only been a week.
Yeah.
And so much has already happened.
It's not even been a full week, is it? What is today?
Today is January the 4th, 2016. Okay. Yes, and a lot has happened. First of all, let me just tell you how New Year's went. Nellie and I spent New Year's Eve together. We went out with my friends. Remember when I invited you on the last episode?
Right.
And I told you should come out? Well, you did.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
What did you enjoy?
We really didn't spend time together. Y'all was on one end, we was on the other.
Yeah, but...
but we all had a good time.
It was all fun, yeah. We all just kind of went out.
It wasn't all, everybody do their own thing.
Absolutely. And where were you when the clock struck 12?
Where were the girls?
Well,
and some of the guys. Zach was up there.
And who else? Did Zach...
Zach and Josh.
Did Zach and Ashley kiss on...
Yeah.
When the clock struck 12?
Yeah.
And who else was there?
I just said.
Where was I?
Over at the other place.
No.
Yeah.
No. I know where I was when the clock struck 12. I was peeing the old year out and peeing the new year.
Oh, my gosh.
I had to pee so bad. My bladder was about to bust. So I said, I have to pee it off the sun out here 10. 9.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, I just pulled out my phone and did a video and started Snapchatting me counting down the new year. And I was like, Happy New Year. I did.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. So that's how my new year started. And then the next day, I woke up. I was just like tired. I was exhausted. Watched the UK game. They played. Who was it they played? Was it Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Was it Mississippi State? Yeah. We beat them. Did you watch the Louisville game and Rick Pitino? Did you see Rick Pitino flip off the crowd?
No, I saw like a rerun of it.
But you heard about it, right?
Oh, Lord, yes.
Yeah, he flipped off the crowd.
And he said he don't even want to. He said it wasn't even worth talking about.
Right. He said that he did it per se. Like, what does that mean?
He didn't even apologize, did he?
Yeah, he said he just flipped the bird per se. Like, he didn't mean it in any way. Like, he was just kind of saying... He was saying Louisville's number one, is what he said he was
Like
doing.
this? Like this, huh?
Yeah. But somebody was shouting out... 9-1, Rick, 9-1, because he was trying to tell Rick Pitino what he was against Cal. And Rick Pitino couldn't stand that.
I know.
Rick Pitino, this is probably his last year coaching Louisville. I think he's
he
gone.
Hates coming down here.
And he said it's very personal. He said that he absolutely hates coming here. He says it's a very emotional time, and he said the way he's treated here just really bothers him. I mean, at one point in time, Rick Pitino was the jewel and the pearl of this state.
I know it.
And
during basketball season.
And when he went to Louisville, he really, really, really just...
slapped us in the face.
He just hurt a lot of people. He hurt their feelings. He pissed them off. He did a lot of stuff, and he's not really welcome here.
I know it.
I think after he retires and time passes, people will eventually...
I hope.
Welcome him back.
And I don't like nobody to be treated that way.
Right. And he don't deserve that much. And I think it's really starting to get to him, though. I mean, he's... Because he said in a press conference, he said, I'm 63 years old. I don't care what people think about me anymore. He said, you know what? That's a good thing about getting old. You stop caring what people think about you. I thought that was pretty wise. I mein,
he's starting to look old. I thought he was older than that.
Yeah, he does look older. But he's
had a rough life. A lot of crap happened.
A lot of stuff has happened. He's had a good life, too, though. I mean, he's got to do what he loved, coach basketball. But a lot of old people don't care. They don't care about anything. They don't care what people think about it. I went to a plastic surgeon one time back when I had that fractional laser surgery on my face. And,
how could I ever forget?
And the plastic surgeon walked into me. He walked in and he looked at it and he said, are you kidding me? You want that fixed? And he said, because if I fix that, that's going to leave like a white scar. And I was like, oh, will it look bad? He's like, well, everybody will think it will look bad unless you're 60 or 70, and then you won't give a shit. That's what the plastic surgeon told me. I said, all right, you've convinced me not to do it. And you know, that son of a bitch still billed me $65 for just an entry fee.
A
Consultation.
They get money from that.
I wanted to go to that doctor's office and take that bill and shove it so far up his. But anyway, yeah, that was my doctor.
Honey,
visit to
you
the
ain't
plastic
telling me
surgeon.
nothing. I went one time and got charged $120.
Just for going in
consultation.
for what?
I had a colonoscopy, and he told me that he wouldn't make me come back to talk about surgery. He had me convinced like I was going to need it or something. And then I went back and talked to him, and I was mad because
he never really told you anything and charged you a ton of money.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
It's like he was like, well, I was just saying sometime down the road.
Well, old people, they stop really caring. They stop caring what they look like. Old people, they stop caring what they look like a lot of the times. They don't care what their hair looks like. They don't care that their eyelashes stick out way past their nose. They don't care if they're.
Oh, Lord, you ain't talking about me, are you?
No, they don't care. They don't care if their nose hair sticks out of their nose. They don't care what they look like. They don't. They don't care if their clothes are wrinkled. They just stop caring. Oh, I was in Kroger the other day, and I was behind this old woman. She was about 70 years old, and she was just in front of me, just farting her way up the aisle. Farting. Right in front of me. What about that? That old woman.
Well, they can't help it.
I was just walking. I was gagging, because I can't stand anything like that. I can't stand any type of smell. Feet, farts, I can't stand it. I mean, I have a weak stomach. I'll gag. I'm gagging thinking about it.
Oh,
But she was just farting. So I had to leave because I said, is this old woman farting? It's making me sick, so I'm going to stop talking about it. But yeah, so old people stop caring, Nellie. I have to ask.
Adam, I hope I live to see you get a little older. How you act.
No, but
Because I want to remind you of this.
I know. I mean, absolutely. I mean,
Somebody please remind him of this if I'm dead.
It's out there. It's on the podcast. It's always going to be out there. But no, I understand. Yeah, you just stop, like the doctor said, you stop giving a shit.
Yeah.
You do. Nellie, are you going to care when you're older?
Well, I hope so.
Are you?
I'm not going to live being an old person.
You're not going to conform to wearing one of those gowns, them memo gowns?
No.
You'll never wear a memo gown?
No.
With the little white sash?
I don't even wear gowns.
Not even a night gown. You don't wear your gowns to bed?
No.
What if you get cold?
I wear pajamas. A t-shirt and some pajama pants or some lounging pants or something.
Yeah, I mean, because old men though I could see if I live to be an old man, if I'm blessed enough to live to be an old man, I know I'm going to be the type of old man that sleeps fully clothed. I'll have sweatpants on, a sweatshirt, socks, because
my daddy never slept like that.
That's how I'll sleep though.
My daddy always slept in an undershirt, one of those little tank.
And I'll probably sleep in house shoes too, because I get cold.
Well, you can't leave your house shoes on. You have to get you some of them real thick socks.
Yeah, I have to give you the thick socks.
Lord.
And
you can get heated ones, you know.
But I don't know. Right now, I just
you know what?
Of course,
you get heated ones.
I don't know, but who knows? That's just my prediction.
Get your electric blanket.
One time, my college.
No, you might pee the bed.
My sophomore year in college, my college roommate one time told me I had to jump out of bed for something in college. And it was a suite of four. 4 guys was in that room. We were all just in bed, and it was bunk beds. And I had to hop up out of bed to get something. And my roommate saw me. And I was in sweatpants and a sweatshirt. It was wintertime. I was cold. He said, Adam just dresses like an old man to bed. And I was like, yeah, I guess I do. And I embraced it. So, I started drinking coffee. Wearing a robe. So I'm an old soul at heart. So I think I'll look forward to those years.
See, I can't. I mean, people probably think I ought to be wearing old women clothes, but I can't yet.
Why?
I try very hard not to.
Oh, are you going to though?
Oh, no.
Are you going to let your hair get like a certain way, or as long as you promise me this, as long as your brain is healthy, you'll always dye your hair? It freaks me.
I can't stand it not to be.
It freaks me out. Like if I see gray hair on a woman, I get freaked out. So Nellie, I wanted to talk about a few things on the podcast to give this podcast some meaning, because we've
been rambling on for an hour.
we tend to ramble. Gosh, do we tend to ramble? But I wanted to talk about it's New Year's and being 2016. When we say there's a lot of things that's happened this year, there was a lot that happened in 2015, and I want to talk about some of the biggest stories that happened in 2015. I'm going to remind you of some of these news stories to tell me if you remember these. Of course, I'm sure you remember the prison escape in New York.
Yes.
But those guys escaping prison, how do you do that?
Well, they told you on there.
That is Shawshank Redemption.
That's what I'm talking about.
Isn't it? So we got those guys.
They were like death row people or something, weren't they?
Yeah. The Charleston church shooting.
Yes, that was horrible.
The Roanoke, Virginia news anchor shooting.
That was horrible.
Yes.
And there was other people that got...
Yes.
That one guy got killed. Oh, that woman. And when there a guy got killed too?
Yes. And one of the women...
got wounded really bad. Yeah. Critical.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you have the same-sex marriage debate where the Supreme Court made it legal in all states for gays to get married.
Yeah,
that was huge.
Yeah.
Pope Francis visits the United States. Huge. Yeah, when he came here, that was a big one. The terror attack in Paris.
Yes,
that was a huge that happened over there. The mass shootings
everywhere
in Planned Parenthood, San Bernardino, Roseburg, Lafayette, Chattanooga.
Yeah, just everywhere.
Those school shootings still happening. I mean, it happened. Think about that. At one time, the Columbine shooting was the biggest story of the year in 2000 or 1999, whenever that happened. Think about that. And now in 2015, that was just a little small story. It was here and then it was gone. Because there was so much that happened. The world's a crazy place. That's a lot that's happened.
How long has it been gone since those little kindergartners got killed?
That was in 2013.
That was
a couple years ago, yeah.
Somebody was trying to say that was fake, that the government faked that. I said, good Lord.
There's a lot of conspiracies about it. There is a video on YouTube you can go to.
I saw it.
Have you seen it? Yeah.
It did not convince me of anything. The way people can do pictures and stuff now and change things, and it never looked like it'd been touched.
Well, there was also the police shootings, all these police shootings that happened. Do you remember the guy in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Who got shot? What about the Sandra Bland? Did you ever hear about her, the woman who got pulled over? I never did show you that video of the Sandra Bland video of the woman who got pulled over.
I don't think so.
And she was a black woman, and she got pulled out of her car. Yeah, she got pulled out of her car, and all she was doing was... Here's what happened. She was driving, a police car was behind her, and it came up on her abruptly, the police car. And she thought the police was just trying to get around her, so she just got to the other lane. Well, he pulled her over for failure of signaling. But she was just trying to get out of his way. He goes up to her, demands her license, and tells her to step outside the car. For no reason, just tells her to step outside the car. She says no. And she's smoking a cigarette in her car, and this is what pissed him off. He told her to put it out, and she said, this is my car. I can do whatever I want in it. He didn't like that and told her to get out of the car. And when he got her out of the car, he forcefully put her to the ground. So she went to jail, like probably broke her arm, and she spent the night in jail. And then they had a phone call that she spoke to her husband. She was crying. She was like, I don't know what happened, what I did, why this is going on. She's like, I was getting out of the way for a cop, and now I'm spending the night in jail. And later that night, 3 hours later, they found her dead, hanging. She was hung. She hung herself.
She didn't hang herself. They hung her.
I think so too. Yeah, because
they knew they were going to be a big trial.
It was going to be a big trial. That was a big one. So there was a lot.
I didn't even hear about that. How did I miss that?
I don't know. I thought we
Was
did.
I sick, maybe?
Maybe we I feel like that we really talked about it. And you were sick a lot in 2015. You were sick a lot.
Was it when was this? What?
This
month
was 2000. The Sandra Bland. It was the summer. It was the summer. Around
I
July.
don't know what I was doing.
Who
No
knows?
telling.
It's untelling. It was really probably when you really had nothing going on.
Well, I would have known then.
But there was a lot that happened in 2015. And I just wanted to kind of mention some things that just had happened with our country and the world, what was going on around the world.
It's really scary anymore.
It really is. And going into this New Year's, I've asked you this before, and I want to ask you again. You should know it. And I want to give you mine. My New Year's resolution is to get a house for 2016. What is your resolution for 2016, Nellie?
To try to be more positive and enjoy life more. And
Well, we're 4 days in. How has that been working for you?
well, I got quite a bit done today, so I am doing more.
Yeah.
And when we have a pretty day, I'll probably head out. Or maybe even the first snow, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I like to get out in the snow. Now,
Yeah.
if there's not very many people.
Yeah, I know.
There's not very many people.
You drove clear across the country one day in a big snowstorm. Remember that? Woke up at 6 a.m. and drove?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Crazy.
You're crazy.
Boom.
What?
And
what?
I
I mean, was you just like, yeah, I'm going to go?
yeah, I just woke up and said, I'm going.
At what time?
It's about 5.
About 5 o'clock in the morning. And you said, I'm just going to go. But what possessed
I
you?
think I slept about an hour. I don't know.
You was just wanting to go.
I just want to get out.
Yeah.
Go.
Was you drinking?
The night before, yeah.
So you was probably just a little still kind of
Maybe
hungover.
not. Driving,
Maybe
I
a little.
wasn't.
Maybe a little.
I was
hungover.
fine.
So you was
I
driving
wouldn't do that.
and you made it there.
Yeah.
And then you was going to stay another night, but you came back early. I remember that. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
because they said we was going to get a bunch more snow. And then that's when we got that big 10-inch snow. No. We got snow, but it wasn't very much.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening to the show. Nellie, it's always a pleasure to do these podcasts with you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
First podcast of 2016. Are you glad that you're here with me again doing it? We're going into season 3. This is episode 95. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Episode 95. I was counting the episodes the other day,
Yeah.
and you've been on about 60 of them.
Before I forget, I want to tell everybody I hope they have a better year than they did last, no matter if it was a good one or bad. Just to be positive and move forward and have a great 2016.
It's very good of you, Nellie. Very noble. And I want to wish the same for everybody. It's been a awesome 2015, especially for the podcast. It all started with Dave Baker. He was like our first guest
Yeah.
on 2015. Then it went.
Sure the girl doesn't get hurt.
That was all in 2015.
Good health to everybody, too. Gosh.
Health is important. Health is really important.
I've already started out getting sick, so it's not a good thing.
Really.
Yeah, I feel terrible.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway.
But anyway,
What do you mean?
we'll see you later, everybody.
When you nod your head yes, but you